قال المؤلف رحمه الله, said the author, may Allah have mercy upon him, وإحراق الحيوان إلا إذا آذى وتعين طريقا في الدفع, and burning an animal, that is, burning an animal alive, except when it is harmful and there is no other option to repel it. وَالْمُثْلَةُ بِالْحَيَوَانِ, and mutilating an animal. Interesting. Here, Sheikh, he's using the word hayawan. So hayawan is a living creature, a living creature. That is, a hayawan is something that's alive by a soul. Let's say that way. Even living creatures may be too broad. A hayawan is something that's alive by a soul. Allah Ta'ala is alive without body or soul. So his life is different. And also, Allah Ta'ala may create life in an inanimate thing, and then that's going to be a supernatural life without a soul. It would be a living creature without a soul. And those ones, Allah makes them go back to their natural state. Like when he made the mountain come to life in the story of Musa, and then the mountain saw Allah. And when he made the tree come to life and it trudged through the ground to come to the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa ala ikhwanihi nabiyyin wa sallam. And like some other instances, including when the earth shall tell its news on resurrection day. That's also a case of Allah making an inanimate thing come to life. Hayawan includes human being and jinn and angel linguistically. The translations of the summary into English, they do translate this as animal, but it's broader than animal, really. Usually, the animal is the bahima. Animal is bahima. Human is not bahima, but human is hayawan. But the people, they do use the word hayawan to mean animal. Maybe the sheikh means, usually he wouldn't mean that though. And anyway, it's not permissible to burn a human alive, to torture by fire, to torture the human by fire. That's not permissible. So he said, burning the creature that's alive by a soul. Burning the creature that's alive by a soul, except when it is harmful, and وَتَعَيَّنَ طَرِيقًا فِي الدَّفَعِ, and there is no other option to repel it. وَالْمُثْلَةُ بِالْحَيَوَانِ, and also another sin is mutilating the creature that's alive by a soul. الشرح, the explanation. أن من معاصي اليد التي هي من الكبائر إحراق الحيوان بالنار. The explanation is that amongst the sins of the hand, that is amongst the major sins, is burning I'm going to say burning the living creature, okay? I don't mean the one that's alive supernaturally, though. Burning the living creature by fire. سواء كان مأكولا أو غير مأكول, whether that were edible or inedible. صغيرا أو غيره, small or otherwise. So even the little vermin. لقوله صلى الله عليه وسلم, because the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said, لا يعذب بالنار إلا ربها. None tortures by fire but its Lord, it being the fire. None tortures by fire but the Lord of fire. Or none tortures by fire but fire's Lord. Subhanallah. I saw something that reminded me of this case. Allah knows what is its judgment, which is that there's some person, he's an ant collector, and he has fire ants. What does he do with his fire ants? He feeds them live creatures. So he drops the live creature into the den of fire ants. Then they swarm on it and they sting it to death. And you'll see it squirming and writhing. Allah knows the judgment of this. I haven't heard. Probably you might want to avoid doing something like that. Also, some people, they have pet vermins like pet scorpions and other things. So what do? They bring those prey, live prey. What is the judgment of trapping the live prey with its killer? I don't know. I haven't heard. وهذا إذا لم يتعين الإحراق طريقا. This is when burning is not the only option. Yani that's when that's when it is haram, when burning is not the only option. The izalati darar, to remove the harm. أما إذا لم يمكن دفع ضرره إلا بالإحراق. As for when it is not possible to repel its harm but by burning, عندئذ يجوز إحراقه. That upon that it is permissible to burn it. What is the judgment of the electrifying fly trap or mosquito trap? I do not know. As if I heard it and I forgot it. Is that counted as burning by fire, killing it by fire? Check that one too. It is permissible to spray the vermin with poison, though. وَأَمَّا وَاسْمُ الْبَهِيمَةِ فِي وَجْهِهَا. Now, concerning branding the animal in its face, فَهُوَ حَرَام. That is forbidden, مِنَ الْكَبَائِرِ, amongst the major sins. لِحَدِيثِ جَابِرٍ, because of the hadith of Jabir, رضي الله عنه. May Allah accept from him, أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم مر عليه حمار, that a donkey passed by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. قد وسم في وجهه, that donkey was branded in the face. فقال صلى الله عليه وسلم لعن الله الذي وسمه. God damn whoever branded him. Rawahu Muslim. Muslim narrated that. وَأَمَّا صَعْقُ الْبَقَرِ. Now as for electrocuting the cow, وَنَحْوِهِ, and its likes, بِالْكَهْرَبَاء, with electricity. Yani, as for shocking the cows, that's bakar, that's cows. As for shocking the cows and the like with electricity, قَبْلَ ذَبْحِهِ, before slaughtering it, فَلَا يَجُوز, that is impermissible. لِأَنَّ فِيهِ تَعْذِيبًا لَهَا, because this is torturous for it. This is torturous for it. But if it has stable life and then you slaughter it, it's still valid. Also, hitting it uh, with a pile driver, yeah, a hammer. That's yeah, stunning it in this way. If it still has stable life, and then you slaughter it, it's lawful. It's halal meat. This question crossed me recently more than once. Lawful to eat if it has stable life, although it is unconscious. وكذلك لا يجوز خصي بعض البهائم كالهر. And likewise, it is not permissible to castrate some animals, like the cat. Is that what they call having the cat spayed? That's not permissible. Subhanallah. Once I saw a guy with a puppy. So this puppy is on his leash. He's so sad. Like, so sad. I never saw a sadder puppy. So some people said to this guy, "What's wrong with your puppy?" So he did scissors with his finger. And then they were all like, "Oh, subhanallah." لكن البقر يجوز خصيه. However, the cows, it is permissible to castrate it قبل الكبر, before it gets big. لأن لحمه يطيب. لأن لحمه يطيب بذلك, because its meat becomes good by that. لكن بعد أن يكبر لا يجوز خصيه. However, after it gets big, perhaps after it is an adult, it is not permissible to castrate it. Now, what I find interesting here is the Sheikh says here, al-baqar without tat marbuta, the cow, yeah, it does mean the cow, but means cows, meaning the cow is a type. So it's the type. Okay, so it's clear. Why? What was concerning me here? He says khasyuhu with a hat, not khasyuha. It, the cow, however, the cow, but meaning as a type, not a single cow. The cow, it is permissible to castrate it before adulthood or before it gets big. So I don't know. Yeah, I need the stages of the cow and what they do. So if I just translate it very literally, before it gets big, لأن لحمه يطيب, because its meat gets good. However, after it gets big, it is not permissible to castrate it. ومما يحرم غرز الدودة بنحو إبرة. And amongst what is forbidden is impaling a worm with the likes of a needle, yani like a hook. Impaling a worm with the likes of a hook. ليصاد بها السمك, so to fish with it, yani very literally, so to hunt fish with it, to hunt fish. That's what you say in Arabic. يصطاد السمك. You hunt the fish. So you say in English, you fish the fish. وهي حية, doing that while the worm is alive. لأن في ذلك تعذيبا لها, because in that is torture of it. Yeah, mashallah. And you can't buy it also. So some places where there is fishing, they sell worms. And then the fishermen, they impale the worms with their hooks. So that's invalid sale, and the impaling is haram. كذلك من معاصي اليد المثلة بالحيوان. Likewise, amongst these sins of the hand, Likewise, amongst these sins of the hand is mutilating a living creature. ومعنى المثلة تقطيع الأجزاء وتغيير الخلقة. And the meaning of the mutilation is severing its parts and altering its form. لأن في ذلك تعذيبا له, because in that there is torture for it, or torture of it, or there is torturing it. فلا يجوز فقع عينه, so it is not permissible to gouge out its eye. أو قطع رجله, or to sever its foot. أو يده أو أنفه أو أذنه, or its hand, or its nose, or its ear, أو نحو ذلك, or the likes of that. What do some people do with some breeds of dog? They sever its tail so that it has nothing but a knob there, like the Doberman and the Rottweiler. حتى لو كان هذا الحيوان مما يسن قتله كالخنزير والقرد. Even if this living creature were amongst what it is a prophetic way, a prophetic practice to kill it, such as the pig and the monkey. Footnote: وأما تشريح البهائم للدراسة وهي حية. As for opening up the animal while it is alive for the sake of study, yani for studying biology, بعد تخديرها, after numbing it, فإن كان غير مأكولة مما يجوز قتله, if it were something inedible and amongst what is permissible to kill, ولا تتعذب بذلك, and it is not tortured by that, فيجوز, then it's permissible. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Qirad here, I translated it as monkey. So in Arabic, it's going to be a monkey or an ape. In English, it's going to be a monkey if it has a tail. It's going to be an ape if it doesn't have a tail. And the word that they use to include both of those is primate. قال المؤلف رحمه الله, said the author, may Allah have mercy upon him, واللعب بالنرد, and playing with dice, وكل ما فيه قمار, and everything that has gambling. But gambling is not a condition for playing with the dice to be forbidden. حتى لعب الصبيان بالجوز والكعاب, even the children playing with nuts and ki'ab. What does footnote say here? وعظم كعب من الغنم, an ankle bone, the ki'ab, the ankle bones. يرمى إلى عظام كثيرة مصفوفة. I think this is like describing something similar to what? Bowling or marbles? Bowling or marbles. You know how to play marbles? So little glass balls, glass spheres, and you bang them into each other. And you know what bowling is. So you have the ball and you have the pins. So I'm not saying that's haram, but just saying here, I'm trying to understand the image here the Sheikh is drawing for us. So he's explaining the ki'ab. So what else the Sheikh said is haram? Even the children's playing with the joes, which is the, maybe it's almonds or something. Wal ki'ab, and the ankle bones. So It's like some sort of toy for them. هو عظم كعب من الغنم. It is the bone of an ankle from a sheep or goat. يرمى إلى عظام كثيرة مصفوفة. It would be launched at many big uh, bone and many big bones. Not big, sorry. Many arranged bones. عظام. The word عظام was throwing me off there. عظام is bones. كثيرة, many. مصفوفة, lined up. مصفوفة. So the ki'ab are bones of the bone of the ankle of the sheep or the goat, launched at many lined up bones. Okay. وَاللَّعِبُ بِالْآلَاتِ اللَّهْوِ الْمُحَرَّمَةِ, and also playing forbidden instruments. كالطنبور والرباب والمزمار والأوتار, like the tumbor and the rabab, and those are some sorts of guitars. They are in the guitar family. والمزمار, and the pipe, that's also family. والأوتار, and chords, strings, chords. Yeah. The mizmar is the pipe. The pipe is named in the hadith specifically. Mizmarun inda ni'mah, a pipe played during a party. Yani the pipe. The party is not a condition. Wal autar, and the chords or the strings. So you know the instruments, they have families. Horns. There's different kinds of horns. Yani horn is big family. Then there's different kinds of yani there's subcategories of those. And pipes, that includes like flutes and clarinets. Those are long and skinny. And yani guitars, there's all sorts of them. And then there's also other stringed instruments with chords. That includes piano. Be mindful of electric piano. Some Muslims are curious about electric piano. If it has strings, don't use it. If it's just a keyboard, because I don't know why it's called an electric piano if it doesn't have strings. Why it's not just a keyboard? So if it's just a keyboard without strings, then keyboard sound can be lawful. Keyboard sound can be, it's possible for sounds from a keyboard to be lawful. But if it's electric piano, why it's called piano? If it has strings, avoid it. Sounds like it's going to be like an electric guitar. Still has strings. So the electricity aspect to it doesn't change that it is a string instrument. And what else is string instrument? A harp. And what else is string instrument? Violin. Even though you play the violin with a bow, still is vibrating the chords. الشرح, the explanation. أن من محرمات اليد اللعب بالنرد, is that amongst the sins of the hand is playing with dice. وهو المسمى بالنردشير, that's what's called نردشير. وهو نسبة لأول ملوك الفرس, that's in reference to the first Persian king, the first of the kings of the Persians, the first of the kings of the Persians. لأنه أول من وضع له, because he's the first one that was made for. MashaAllah. The Persians have, MashaAllah, a big hand in ancient Eastern history. قال alayhi salatu wassalam. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "Man la'iba bi nardashir فكأنما غمس يده في لحم خنزير ودمه." Anyone who played with dice, it's as if he immersed his hand in the flesh of pig and its blood. Rawahu Muslim. Muslim narrated that. والمعنى في تحريمه أن فيه حرز أن فيه حزرا. I think I read this wrong last time. I think it said حرزا. I actually just listened to old recording. Hazra. The meaning of the prohibition, the meaning behind the prohibition, the wisdom for the prohibition of playing with dice is that it has chance, وتخمينة, and guessing. Yani, it's not skill. فيؤدي للتخاصم, so it leads to dispute. والفتن, and troubles. التي لا غاية لها, those that are pointless. Subhanallah. Why someone will play that though? Because it's exciting. It's entertaining. So it keeps your attention. It keeps one engaged. ففطم الناس عنه حذارا من الشرور المترتبة عليه. And so the people have been barred from it. Yani, the religion came with the prohibition of playing with this. Out of warning from the evil that comes out of it. The evils that come from it. ويقاس على النرد كل ما كان مثله. And compared to the dice is everything like it. Yani, everything that has its meaning. Yuqasu, meaning. There's a qiyas. Qiyas, a legal comparison. That's a religious evidence. Qiyas is a religious evidence. When would qiyas be employed? When two things have the same meaning. When they have the same meaning. So, what it says here, compared to the dice, is everything like it? Well, yeah. That's a very straightforward sentence, really. Because you can only compare things if they are similar. And what he means by everything like it is everything that has its meaning, that has its significance. A, كل لعبة كان الاعتماد في لعبها على الحذر والتخمين, meaning every game in which the reliance when playing it is on chance and guessing, approximating, not skill. لا على الفكر, لا على الفكر والحساب, not based on thinking and calculating. فهي حرام, and therefore it would be forbidden. What is like that? There's a game, if you've heard of it, it's called Stratego. How you play that game? There's a board and there's pieces. Different pieces have different strength. A spy, a bomb, a knight, or something like that. A king. But you don't know where your opponent placed his pieces. and there's a flag that has to get captured. You don't know where the opponent put his flag. So you forward your pieces and you put your pieces with his pieces. Whoever has the stronger piece wins that there. So this is like playing cards because it's a guess. And also Battleship also is a guess. You have to ask him. A1? No, you missed me. B4. You hit me. And then maybe the other guy will cheat, just move his piece. فخرج الشطرنج. So excluded from that is chess. فإنه ليس في معناه. It does not have the same meaning. لأن العمدة فيه على الفكر والحساب, because the reliance in it is upon thinking and calculating. قبل نقل الأدوات, before moving the pieces. And like that is what checkers. Also, Connect 4, if you know that game. That one has skill. فإنه بسم الله وكل ما يروى في النهي عنه, and everything that is reported about the prohibition of chess فهو غير ثابت. It is unconfirmed. قال الحافظ ابن حجر العسقلاني وغيره. Hafiz ibn Hajar al-Asqalani and others said, لم يثبت في الشطرنج عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم شيء. There's nothing confirmed about chess from the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. وكذلك ما ورد عن علي رضي الله عنه في ذمه, and likewise what was narrated from Ali, may Allah accept from him, concerning dispraising it, فهو غير ثابت. That is unconfirmed, and it wouldn't be a religious evidence for Imam Ali to dispraise chess. That would not be evidence that it is haram. That's how some people do make wrong inferences from some things. Like, did you hear how some people said it's haram for women to go to the masjid? Or maybe some types of women, according to them. They would say, yeah, they said, don't you know Aisha said, if the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam knew about how the women were today, he would forbid them from going to the masjid. So some person will give you that. And they say, if you don't pay attention, you say, oh, mashallah, barakallah feek. That's not proof that it's haram for women to go to the masjid. Yeah, that literally is saying the Prophet did not forbid the women from going to the masjid. وَقِيَاسُهُ عَلَى النَّرْدِ مَمْنُوعٌ, and comparing chess to dice is prohibited, off limits. Yani, it's wrong. لِلْفَرْقِ بَيْنَهُمَا, because of the difference between them. Yani, it is an invalid comparison. It is important to know how to draw comparisons so that you don't make invalid comparisons. Then if you make invalid comparisons, then you might be supporting the truth with a mistake, or you might be arguing for a mistake. So be mindful. إذ هو موضوع لصحة الفكر وصواب التدبير. Since chess was formulated for correctness of thinking and proper management, ونظام السياسة, And for يعني, orderly politics, yes. وهو معين على تدبير الحروب. It is helpful in managing wars. والحساب and math. But maybe he means by hisab something I don't know. والنرد موضوع لما يشبه الأزلام, while dice was put forth for what is more akin to lottery, yani randomness. Yes. And so people, they use chess also. The mention of chess, I mean, as a proverb, if you want, for strategic thinking. And they would say, for someone who thinks very strategically, he plays 4D chess or 3D chess. 3D chess, if he plays 4D chess, means Yanni's just like futuristic or something. ويلتحق بالنرد في الحكم اللعب بالأوراق المزوقة. And annexed to the dice in judgment is playing cards. المسمات بالكنجفة أو بالكمنجفة. يعني cards that are called these words sometimes. فإنها إن كانت بعوض فقمار. If there is a prize involved in playing cards, then it's going to be gambling. والقمار من الكبائر, and gambling is amongst the major sins. وإلا فهي كالنرد, or else it's going to be like dice. الذي ورد النهي عنه بوجه الإطلاق. Dice that have been absolutely forbidden. من غير تعرض للمال. من غير تعرض للمال. Forbidden even without introducing the element of money. وكذلك اللعب بما فيه قمار. And likewise, playing anything that involves gambling. وصورته المجمع عليها أن يخرج العوض من الجانبين. And its scenario that's agreed upon. It's agreed upon scenario, not a scenario they differed about. Some said it's gambling, some said it's not. Its agreed upon scenario is when the prize is the contribution of all contestants. Yani from both sides. He says, Min al Jani Bain, from both sides. Yani, that's assuming there's only two players. Anytime all players put up the prize, then it's gambling. كأن يتفق اثنان على أن الذي يربح منهما في هذه اللعبة من الآخر يدفع له الآخر مبلغ كذا. Like for two to agree that whoever beats the other in this game, then the loser will pay such and such. And probably we should stop there.